said that New York City was the city that never sleeps must have been talking about the rats, because the people are nowhere to be seen. It's 1 a.m. on a Sunday. I just landed and I'm walking around right now and there is no one, literally nobody anywhere. Isn't this supposed to be like a thriving city, people everywhere, city that never sleeps? It's giving zombie apocalypse. I'm sorry, I think there's one person over there. Maybe they'll be my friend. Oh, it's a girl. I'm probably creeping her out. But seriously, where is everyone? What's everyone doing? It's only a Sunday. I don't have a job, so I'm ready to just enjoy the night.
I don't know why, but New York is so quiet and empty this weekend. This is my second morning coming out for a walk, and barely anybody around. Like, usually this place is mobbed with people in cars, and there's no one there. I'm not complaining though, I absolutely love this. It's the best.
Now, while the gentleman in the first clip may be a little dramatic, people are definitely reporting just not in New York, but across the country, that tourism is down. And I think it's a multitude of factors that play into it. One, you have the uncertainty with the travel bans in this administration. A lot of people have been turned off by some of the policies of the Trump administration, and it's causing them not to want to spend money in America, period. Secondly, we're in a situation where inflation is high, job certainty is at an all-time high, and everyday citizens are just choosing to save for a rainy day because the future is so uncertain.
A year ago, May, I looked and I was averaging 20 people on this tour.
And today we had
5, 6. We had 6.
The travel industry is bracing for what is shaping up to be a really tough year. They're expecting to lose some $12.5 billion, that's with the B, billion dollars in revenue this year. What's the reason why? Well, international travelers are avoiding the United States. And nowhere is that more apparent than right here in New York City, where they're expecting a 17% drop in international travelers this year. Right now, the United States in some ways is a tough sell. What do you think it's going to take to bring back the overseas, the international tourists?
Well, change of attitude toward tariffs.
In this climate, guides like Renee Wawiski, who leads historical walking tours, are now worried about their future.
I'm not sure what we can do. I'm not sure how to change the attitudes, but just know people are losing their jobs in New York City.
What would you say the outlook is?
I'm not sure. In June, I have 1 tour so far. I'm used to working 3 days a week, 2 tours a day, up until a couple months ago.
Sad to hear. And sadly, the outlook is looking very bleak. I mean, because again, this administration is not going anywhere anytime soon. One thing that comes to mind, I always wonder how some of these individuals that are now being affected by these tariffs, affected by these travel bans, how they voted. I wonder, did they vote? Did they go Democrat? Did they go Republican? Because I did a video where a gentleman had a construction company and a lot of his workers were illegal, and he was a pro-Trump supporter, and then nothing wrong with that. That's how he wanted to vote it, fine. But now when it started to affect his bottom line, now he wants to speak out. Now he wants solutions, and it seems like a lot of individuals are had to find out the hard way.
Well, guys, the collapse is fully imminent, and if you don't believe me, walk outside. I am walking through Chinatown, Little Italy right now, usually absolutely packed to the gills. There is almost no one around. Tourism is plunging in America. Any city that relies on being even remotely appealing to an outside visitor is going to have its economy crater now, right? Places like Las Vegas, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, Miami. Who would come here if they could get arrested at the airport or sent to El Salvador? I mean, we were never the most appealing country, but we've really done a good job of turning it into diarrhea under this administration. I mean, you look around, I just gave a tour to like 3 people, which is staggeringly low considering this is approaching peak tourist season. And people are like, where are all the people? And I'm like, I don't know, probably your hometown. Thank you for coming. Thank you for ignoring the news. Do you get the news? Like, it's, you know, when someone's like, I'm in New York, I'm like, really? It's pretty staggering how quickly we have become a pariah. And if you don't believe me, walk outside, see for yourself. No one's around.
My people in New York, let me know in the comments below. Have you seen the decrease in foot traffic in that New York area? As we can see from the clips, it looks like a lot of people in the tourist industry, especially tourist guides, are struggling to make ends meet. They're going from regularly having groups of 15 to 20 people to now having less than a handful of people who want to go on tours. And it really makes sense. I mean, a lot of New York tourism is based off of people based off of internationally. A lot of people come from Canada, want to visit New York, want to visit Las Vegas, but with this tariff talk, a lot of them are turned off and they're choosing not to travel and they're just staying home and saving their dollars, and it's having a traumatic effect.
Tariffs and political rhetoric are already impacting a multi-billion-dollar industry, tourism.
The bulk of my specific tour guests come from Canada. Every single trip so far has 0 bookings.
They said they just didn't want to spend their money here in the United States.
That's Megan Murad and Kelly Kopp. They're both New York City tour guides who have had multiple tours from Canadian visitors canceled. Tour guides across the country are hearing the same thing. Canadians specifically citing Trump's policies like making Canada the 51st state as the reason for the change of travel plans.
Canadians make up the largest number of foreign travelers to the United States. 20.4 million of them visited the United States last year, which generated $20.5 billion in spending, which supported 140,000 jobs. The U.S. Travel Association says that a decrease of 10% of that tourism will cost $2.1 billion and cut 14,000 jobs.
The 5 most visited states by Canadians are Florida, California, Nevada, New York, and Texas. And this decline is trickling down to the airlines. Canadian airlines are cutting thousands of seats on U.S.-bound flights this month.
In terms of my personal losses, it's at least $400 a week. One of my top weeks in tourism, I could be making $2,000, $3,000 a week specifically through Canadian tourism. And I have a relatively small boutique business.
Beyond Canada, Trump's policies and target on longtime allies are causing European countries to issue travel advisories. Portugal, Denmark, and Finland warned its citizens of coming to the U.S. because of Trump's attack on transgender rights. Germany and the U.K. also warned its citizens because of the U.S.'s immigration crackdown. And all of these changes have already caused Oxford's tourism to amend their U.S. travel forecast for this year. The U.S. was originally expected to see an 8.8 growth in tourism, but now it's set to see a 5.1 decline.
People ask me questions: where to go, what show to go see, what restaurants to go see. They want to spend their money here in New York City. It's a big part of our country's income.
Right now, the United States is slated to host the Summer Olympics, World Pride, the World Cup. And I foresee all of those events happening. But as these major events that bring in a lot of tourists, these large organizations are going to choose to not book, to not use the United States as a hosting venue, which will impact tourism in a negative way.
A decline of tourists means a decline in spending on U.S. businesses, which means Main Street will soon be feeling the impacts in the decline of travel.
As you can see, again, a lot of people are turned off with this administration and their policies and procedures, and they're just not choosing to come to major tourist destinations in America, such as New York. You got Florida, you have Nevada. They're just saying no. This is costing billions of dollars, and it's having a trickle down effect on everyday mom and pop businesses, especially ones in the tourist industry, which is only going to lead to less jobs, and it's going to lead to slower growth in the overall economy because people are not going to have money to spend. But I want to hear from my people in New York. I want to hear get some information from people that's on the ground. Have y'all guys seen fewer foot traffic in New York, less tourists? Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.